These goats still don't like me. Let's start with fencing, okay? Now, everybody told me that fencing goats was going to be hard. So I can't really act like I didn't know that. What I can say is that it's a little more difficult than I expected. The electrical fence thing that I kept seeing online, I can't tell you how many YouTube videos I have watched about this electric fencing and how well it works for goats and sheep and things like that. So far, I've struggled a little bit with that. Now, hopefully, we're going to get past that, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about that in a minute. But as you can see with this fence here, this is a pretty good barbed wire fence. This is what we've got throughout most of our property here. This is for our cows. It works great for cows. They could get through if they wanted to, but they don't know that they can, so they don't. The goats, they don't care. They would jump right through this. I have figured out they do not care at all. If they see the opening, they're going through it. All right, so now that you've seen that and you kind of understand what I'm dealing with, all right, hopefully we're going to learn some ways to fix that. I put the fencing behind that fence there, hoping that it's going to stop them. It has so far, but I've got to get them used to that electric fencing, got to get them used to knowing that they can't go through it, or at least thinking that they can't. So far, it's worked great, but the netting is the next thing. So I've got to buy at least one row of netting. I want to put it around kind of where they're at right now and get them used to that. My hope is that they're going to learn fairly quickly that they can't get through it and everything's going to go really well. But so far, not so great. So here goats. Guys, hey guys, I'm not that bad. Come on. I feed you. I give you water. I love you. Number 3 or something. So like thing number 3 or something like that. That I wish that I knew before I got goats. So I have about 5 pens that are like this. And the grass was literally up to here. Like it was over these bars here. I don't know if you can see the bars, but over these, okay? And these goats in about a month and a half have eaten all 5 pens down to basically nothing. And then I moved them over to another little section there and they've eaten all that as well. So my goal when I brought them over here was that, it would take maybe 2 months, something like that, where they would eat all this stuff down. I would have some time to kind of situate everything else while they were eating this and get it prepared for them to start moving out into the pasture. That has kind of changed a little bit. So I'm going to be feeding them out throughout the winter, it looks like, which is fine. We have enough hay. That's good. But just not really what I had in mind. Okay. So that's something that I wish I had known, how quickly 5 goats can destroy a place. And I don't mean like literally they destroyed it. They have actually helped me, but they did it way faster than I expected. So that's one of the things. Now, the other part of that kind of plays into that is, I don't know if you can see, but like there's stems sticking up. And so they eat the tops off a lot of this stuff, but they don't eat all the way down, which I kind of expected, but I didn't realize how that was going to look, I guess, until I actually saw it. And so there's like stems all the way through that I'm still going to need to kind of come through and cut down, which is fine. It's just not what I expected. I guess I, for whatever reason, thought they were going to eat the stems. Again, I'm an idiot. What do I know? So live and learn, whatever. I've got water set up for them. I've got a little bucket here where I put some feed. There's an indoor area here. It's not very big, but I put some hay in there for them to lay down in, some bedding and stuff like that. There's also some mineral block in there for them. But that is kind of where they're set up. They also have, like, say, all these pens that they can run in and out of. They've got another round pen over there that they can utilize. So they're good. They're happy. Just got to make sure that they have enough food. Again, don't think it's going to be a problem. It just kind of surprised me how quickly they went through all this. These goats still don't like me, and did not expect that. I kind of knew that they were wild a little bit. They've been out in the pasture their whole lives. I get that. For whatever reason, I kind of thought that if I brought them buckets of feed for, I don't know, a month, that they might start liking me a little bit. But the truth is, they're still scared of me. They don't want anything to do with me at all. They are literally scared to death of me. And I've tried, like I say, kind of getting them in a corner and petting them and loving on them. They don't like that at all. You can't grab them. You can't really do anything with them. They're pretty wild, which is not exactly what I expected. So I'll show you a little bit again. I know I showed you in the last video, but I'll show you again. If I even try to go up to these goats, they're going to run away from me. I need them to follow me, at least with a bucket, if nothing else. I really don't want to have to trailer them from place to place every time I want to move them. I just want them to follow me to the next little spot and stay there. Not looking like that's how it's going to play out. You goat people probably already knew that. But again, the only thing I know for certain is I know nothing for certain. So check this out. Hey, goats. Come here, goats. Guys. Hey, guys. I'm not that bad. Come on. I feed you. I give you water. I love you. One of the things that I did is I came out here and I put down a bunch of hay in here for them to lay down in. My thought there, of course, was that they could stay warm in here. You know, this would be a great place for having kids when the time comes, all that stuff. But what it's really turned into is another place for them to eat. So I didn't really think it through. I mean, I guess I knew that they would eat hay, but with all the other food that they had, I kind of assumed that just leaving this in here for them to lay in would make more sense. Everything I saw on YouTube said that a lot of times they'll pull the hay down, they'll lay it on the ground, and then they won't eat it because they'll stomp on it, pee on it, all that stuff, and they don't want to eat that. So I kind of thought that's what this would be. But it's turned into more of a food tray for them, and they tend to enjoy eating it. So I either have to find another bedding product, which I mean, I can just use shavings, that's fine. But it just really wasn't something I expected because hay, again, we have a lot of it, and some of it's older and stuff like that. So it's great to use for stuff like this. It's just a free option. You know, I like free. I guess it's already paid for. It's not free. Nothing's free. But, you know, we've already kind of done all the work. Everything's done on it. So there's not a whole lot left to do. It doesn't cost me out of pocket right now. That was my thought. But the goats surprised me once again. So those are 5 things that I wish that I had known before getting goats. Now that I do know them, is it going to change the fact that I have them? Not yet. If we continue to have issues, the biggest thing for me is going to be the fencing. So if I can't get this fencing thing figured out and I can't move them from place to place with that fencing, then really I'm in trouble because I have to keep predators out and I have to keep the goats in. Those are the 2 main things. Do not want to get a dog because I don't want to have to come out and feed this dog all the time. I don't really want to be, I'm not here every day. And so to come out to the ranch and do all this stuff day to day is going to get to be too monotonous. I'm not going to be able to do that right now, just with the way my life is set up. So I can't really get a dog. I don't want a donkey. And so that kind of leaves me at this electric fence has to work. And if it doesn't, well, we're in trouble. So we'll see how it plays out, guys. Hang in there. Thanks for watching. If you don't mind, subscribe, like, that'd be awesome. Until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks. And yes, I am feeding 2 baby goats with bottles. And you might want to know why. So the day that they were born was on Thanksgiving Day, and their mother unfortunately passed away in the process of giving birth. So the one that's drinking right now, that one we're calling Sally. She was doing awesome, bouncing around looking for her mama. Unfortunately, it was kind of sad, but she was doing good. The other one we're calling Foxy because that's what my daughter wants to name him. And he was not doing so good. He was head laid over, looking really sick, looking really sad. Unfortunately, I just didn't think he was going to make it. And in fact, 2 days later, I still didn't think he was going to make it. We were feeding him with a little syringe and just giving him a little bit of milk at a time, electrolytes, colostrum, all that, and was pretty sure he wasn't going to make it. But he pulled through, and now we are bottle feeding 2 baby goats all the time. It's great.